I knew a girl named Nikki, I guess you could say she was a sex fiend. I met her in a hotel lobby, masturbating with a magazine. She said, "How'd you like to waste some time?" And I could not resist when I saw little Nikki grind. The castle started spinning, or maybe it was my brain. I can't. Hey, Brian's in! HT is here, says Zaro, John Rivera, Anakin Skywalker, our savior. Vanessa's back in. Jonathan XD's found his way back. Mike is here. ABD, the Blues. Cora Nightmare. Leslie's in. Jeff's back. Bryson, money on my mind. Willie plays. Kevin, Trepis. Good to see you again, pal. Nitro, Wolverine's here. Niles in. Lix is back. Listen, guys. Today's the topic I had set aside. I'm actually going to. I'm not going to give you guys all the details or the specifics of some of the things that I don't know why I said that word that way of some of the things that I found to be truly sad, because I want to and I want to see what you guys thought of this. I want to start doing more and more, or doing more videos for the channel that are more personal stuff, family stuff, things like that. But I wanted to talk to you guys about one of the most one of the things that affected me emotionally, made me sad, that was most surprising to me, and the reasons why it was. I'm going to make an individual video about that. And then when I got thinking about that, I thought it'd be fun to find out from you guys what are the things that affected you. Now, it could be, obviously it could be anime. Anime has affected all of us. Could be a movie, TV, could be music, could be something you saw in real everyday life. Hi, Lauren. A little something to help bring more happiness to your life. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you, Lauren. I appreciate that. Wolverine says, "Do you know the blood type of altar boys?" Jesus Christ. uh, Manad says, "I just want to say I watch all the Naruto videos of yours and your reaction's amazing." Well, thanks. I don't subscribe to people, but I had to for you. Keep up the good work. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. That's nice of you to say. Darth Vader revealed his son. That for till the end of time said that. Yeah, for the Star Wars fans, that had to be a monumental moment. That's going back to the days when I was actually still watching Star Wars, because I think I told you guys I watched the initial 3 that came out, and then since then it's just been kind of hit and miss for me. So my knowledge after that is really spotty. Oh, Michael says I cried when Edge retired. That one was rough, Michael, because for those who don't know, Edge is a professional wrestler, and his retirement came right out of the blue. Now, we knew as wrestling fans that he'd had some injury concerns, but at that time, at least to me, there was no indication that it was that extreme or that something like that was coming. And yeah, the show where he announced that he was going to have to step away, that was rough. Barry says, "Next post, please." Okay.
You remember?
Was when Juice World died? Burrito Bandito? Juice World. What's Juice
World? Is a very famous rapper.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, you guys know me. I'm not much into the rap scene.
He was the one who was like, "I still see a shadow in my room."
How long ago did he pass, Rex? Do you remember?
It was, I think it was like a little under a year ago.
That's too bad. I didn't know, obviously, or I would have said it. I'll try. I got to remember to watch for Barry's next post. Wolf Howling says, "I love your videos. Sorry you're sad, but we'll cheer up. That's good." Oh no, I appreciate that, Wolf, a lot. I'm not sad. That was just the topic of conversation, because I'm going to be posting a video. I haven't made it yet. I'm going to be posting a video to the channel talking about something that affected me in a way that I didn't expect, with sadness and stuff. And it just got me thinking. We've talked about so many different things as far as our favorites, this, favorites, that. I thought it'd be fun to know the things that really affected people that were more bittersweet or sad or something like that. But thank you, Wolf. I appreciate that. See, I still got to watch for berries too. Creation says, "Be happy with this." Creation animation. Well, thank you. How did I title this exactly? I didn't mean to give people the wrong impression. I'm using the new software for live streaming or using YouTube's own, and now I don't I don't know my way around. I don't see there's no details anywhere. I can't remember how I titled this, but it was just again it was designed that to just find out what things affected you guys. Oh, that was cool. Yeah, Treppa says that WrestleMania when Undertaker left his gear in the ring. Of course, he came back, but yeah, that was sad because of what it insinuated anyway. Oh yeah, Sweet Beast sad moment. Brax when Iron Man died in Endgame.
No, don't fucking do that to me.
That's his. That was his.
That's like the second time I cried.
I am
during
Iron Man. What was the first time?
Up.
Oh, Up was rough. If you guys can't hear, Brax said that was like the second time he ever cried at the movie theater was Iron Man dying at the end, and the first time was Up, and yeah, the first the first 10 minutes of Up, and that is quite possibly as far as a couple, my wife's and my favorite movie, but the first 10 minutes of Up are just stunningly freaking brutal. Hold on, let me catch up. I was watching for Barry's comment. Okay, I didn't see it yet. But yeah, Up is it's a killer. There it is. Barry says, "Hey Curtis, just want to let you know that Mama Barry's is back in the hospital." Oh, geez, I'm sorry to hear that. The veins that run between her legs and heart are all clotted off. Jesus Christ. Please keep her in your prayers or whatever religious stuff. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Barry's. Yeah, I hope nothing but the absolute best for her. Oh, that's freaking brutal. That and the thing is, as as her son, as a family member, whenever something like that happens, I honestly think sometimes for me, I mean, just for me, I'm much more comfortable with having something of that magnitude happen to myself than I am to someone that I love and someone that's important to me, because that's I can't even imagine what you're going through, and yeah, all my best, and I'll be thinking about her, and I hope everything works out well. Morgan says mine was Chester Bennington's suicide. That's another name I don't know. Hold on, I want to let me look that up. Chester Bennington. Oh, American singer-songwriter. Was American singer Linkin Park. Okay, I knew I'd heard the name. That's why. Was also lead vocalist. Oh. See, I was never a huge Linkin Park fan, but I knew I had known his name. He hanged himself. Ooh, that's rough. Oh, here's the obligatory punch Brax. That one's from Wolverine. Zatkin says, "Can you react to My Hero Academia on your channel?" Who knows? I don't know. Obviously, we got through Dragon Ball Super because Toei has figured out that it was better just to take the monetization than it is to block them or something, which worked out well for me. So we're able to do all of that. But since we did that one, we tried Death Note, got blocked. We tried Hunter x Hunter, got blocked. So I'm still debating what the next attempt will be. But I've reacted to My Hero Academia at the Goosh. Now it's just a matter of figuring out which series to try and bring to the YouTube channel. Got a bad feeling most of them are probably going to be blocked. Till the End of Time says, my birthday's May 31. Sad moment. I'm turning 29. No, don't be sad, bro. You're in the wheelhouse. You're in the prime of life. You're going to be one half my age. I'm 58 right now. So no, don't be sad. Don't be sad. You got a lot of really, really good, strong years to go yet. Wick says saddest moment in entertainment was when Brack shaved his head. Yeah. Oh, Jibber. Yeah, I'm with that one. Meruem and Komugi's last game. Wow. That is, I mean, there's lots of great, touching, sad moments in anime, that I've experienced. But man, that one gets in deep. Oh, I just even do you guys know what I'm saying at all? I mean, just even reflecting back on it. What do you got on you, Afro Mike? And just hearing their voices and everything. Komugi, are you still there? Ah, god damn, that one kills me all the time. That was just beyond brutal. Hold on, so let me make sure I'm caught up here. Michael says it will be the end of an era. Family Guy ends. Yeah, that South Park too, Michael. Yeah, and of course Simpsons. Yeah, those will be sad. I'll tell you. I gotta remember the name of the show. Animated series that, and I'm glad you brought that up because I wouldn't have thought of this. I watched the series, not with the regularity that I do others. I pretty much stay on top of all the South Park, know most of the Family Guy, have been a big fan of the Simpsons. Oh God, what's the name of the show, guys? Um, the animated cartoon. Like there's another type of cartoon. The cartoon that's set in space with Bender and Fry and the whole gang. The title's gone out of my mind, but their last episode, even though I wasn't a hardcore fan of the show, just a casual fan, was one of the best final episodes of anything I've ever seen. I really, really liked their final episode. I can go watch that over and over. Uncle Iroh singing "Leaves of the Vine" to his son. Uncle Iroh, what a great character Shark Bolt Uncle Iroh turned out to be. I got to figure out what series to try and bring over to. You saying Uncle Iroh made me think of it, to try and bring over to um, the YouTube channel, because I'm thinking I might take a stab with Avatar and see what happens. I was sad when Rick May passed away, the voice actor to Soldier in Team Fortress 2. Oh, I remember when that happened, Wolf. I'm not a huge Team Fortress 2 fan. I like the biggest thing Team Fortress TF2 for me was watching those the video series they had made. So I didn't know who he was specifically till the gang explained to me. But yeah, that's when you're a fan of anything like that, I think a death is almost like a death in the family. I completely get that. Barry says, Stas could finally shave his head. I see, damn it. Yeah, you know what? We had out the clippers, Barry's, and I had this higher setting on it and everything. We're trying to get it down just right. I said, Brax, why don't we just give you a buzz? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. It's just with being locked down, it's such a pain in the ass because, again, he inherited from me that thick, thick hair, and it grows in and it gets unmanageable for him. I can identify it gets very uncomfortable. It gets so thick. No one says, I personally find any death of a spaz reaction video to be painful. Yeah, they just gave us some they gave us some pain when they blocked Death Note and Hunter x Hunter on us, pal. We want to see the bald boy spank it. I don't think there'll be any spanking going on the channel, Wolverine. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm caught up here, and then I'll catch some more comments. Brian says your video of ERB Trump versus Hillary is shadow banned. What do you mean by shadow banned, Brian? That it's unaccessible via search? Is that what you mean? Because the last I knew, that one was just fine. Well, let me take a look. What one? Trump versus Hillary? Let's see. Let's go to YouTube, and if we search Spaz Boys Comedy Trump Hillary, say, let's see if it pops right up. Oh, it's Trump. Yeah, it's right there. First one that comes up, it's got 145,000 views, so it seems to be out there. Okay. Futurama, thank you, Lex. I'm sure others have mentioned it too. Futurama, Alex says in front of Futurama. The name just went out of my head, but yeah, that final episode was ridiculously good, really hard hitting. Morgan says, for anime, Itachi's "I will love you always" speech makes me cry like a bitch every time I watch it, and Elle's death still gives me anxiety. Elle's death, yeah, that's a good point, Morgan. For me, Elle's death wasn't one of the saddest ones I've seen. It was one of the hardest hitting, though. it was structured, I thought, perfectly. And the imagery of him on those stairs and everything, and L's final moments, that's some stuff that, yeah, that stays with you. Then of course cutting to Ryuk outside. Oh man. Yeah, I am I can't tell you how happy and excited I was that Death Note ended the way it did, because I've always been a big geek for endings. I love great endings. And I don't understand why some people had issue with the way the anime ended, because I fucking loved it. And that's a lot of the reason why. Again, for me, and that's actually saying something for the writing. It wasn't one of the saddest deaths, and yet even at that, it was one of the hardest hitting ones I've seen. That was a brutal one. And Itachi, you know what? You know what gets me about Itachi? He obviously, we did my favorite characters thing, and he's high on my list. I like this character, and you guys will find me making reference back to that scene a lot, because again, it struck me, but not necessarily sad. But you know, it was a really hard hitting scene for me for some reason, is that vision of Itachi perched up on top of the telephone pole. Isn't that weird? But that just strikes me. To me, that one image says a lot. If you were to look at it with no context, you might think it is more menacing than anything else. You would say, okay, this guy's a badass who's about to rain down on somebody or something. But when you know more about Itachi and the Uchihas in general, and you put a little substance behind that, for some reason that image is really striking to me. I've been thinking about getting another tattoo. I only have two, but I'd like to get one that relates to my love of anime. And I thought initially, and it's still a main contender there, is the swing from Naruto. I always thought that was a really poignant element of that story. And then I think things like, well, Itachi on the pole, but then I don't really want that, because I don't want it to be an Itachi fandom thing. I just want it to be representative of my love of anime. So I gotta think of some more things like that swing, because my nephew is a tattoo artist. I gotta hook up with him and get that. Please watch for next post. Okay, let me try see if this doesn't drop down too far on me, Willie. Oh yeah, Michael. When I thought Choji died, yeah, that was really sad. That's a good one. I forgot about that, Michael. They sucked me in with that. I thought the Choji monster was gone. Nicholas, I'm sorry to hear that. Last year, my Aunt Irma died. Yeah, I'll tell you guys, I've said all along, getting older, the worst part of getting older isn't the obvious shit. It's not that I mean, it's not fun that I've slowed down, my reflexes and stuff being all into sports like I have been my whole life. It's not fun that the old body creaks and cracks and crunches and aches more than it used to, but it's part of getting older. It's not the memory loss. I did that to myself with chair shots. The worst part about getting older is you can't get older without losing a lot of people along the way. And that's the toughest part. Willie says, okay, I don't know if you're ever going to finish Ruby, but there was a character death in there that had me fucked up. Also cried when Ed left the crew in Bebop. Oh, well, you guys know, Radical Ed was my favorite character in Bebop. Yeah, so when the way she went, just she was such a cool character. The note she left behind was the saddest part for me, the note that she painted out there. But when you watch her and she's still happy Radical Ed, and the dog comes bouncing along and she's like, okay, let's go. And God, she was a great character. I completely agree on Ed. 100%. But Ruby, will we continue? Probably not anytime soon, considering all the problems I had with them. And now I see Rooster Teeth. Don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with this. It just seems like they're more active. They're even coming back now and claiming like Red versus Blue episodes I did years ago, and they claimed a Ruby series from years ago, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just third party claims. It doesn't hurt my channel, and I don't mind that. I mean, why would I mind? They're so old too. They don't. It's not like they're taking. I would care anyway, but it's not like they're taking money away from me. It just shows that maybe things are not going well at Rooster Teeth, And I think that just might be more of a reason for them to have issue with reactions or something. I don't know. Just anytime they surface with all the issues I had, it's like, maybe best to stay away. Brian says, after Naruto Shippuden, what should I watch? Well, again, when people come to me for a watch advice, I always go to Hunter x Hunter first because I love that series so much, and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And now Devin Miley has sponsored at the Goosh. First one's coming out today. I still got to edit it. He's started sponsoring the original Full Metal Alchemist. God, I just got done watching episode 1. It was so fun seeing those characters again. Blitz says, when Angry Grandpa died, that hit me like a truck because I watched him since I was 6. I was not an avid viewer, but certainly I'd seen plenty. Any of us who who are active on YouTube, I think we all saw Angry Grandpa, and he's funny as hell. But, I mean, those videos were a blast. Yeah, that one, that I can't say that hit me like a truck, but that one bothered me. That was one of those things that you heard about it, and it stays with you. You think back on and go, the internet world is a little bit less fun now because Angry Grandpa's not there. Oh, good one. Vegeta sacrificed to risk his life for others, Brian. Yep. And that I saw early on when I was watching clips, early on in my anime journey. But yes, that one hit hard. Agreed. PlayStation Metalhead said Goku's sacrifice. Yep. And let's say 7-year hiatus after the Cell games. First saw that on the Z Kai version when I was like 11. That was kind of rough. Oh yes. Oh, at that age too. Yeah, because that's a perfect age for something like that where you're just becoming mature and aware enough, I think, to really be affected by something like that. So yeah, that's a tough time to see something like that. I would agree with that. AD says my school banned Pokemon Go at my school for supporting animal abuse. So now I'm switching schools. They can't be serious, AD, can they? Pokemon are no, because you guys are gonna make my head explode. You guys know how that kind of stuff just fucking drives me nuts. That can't be real, AD. They think Pokemon are animals? Do a lot of the administrators at that school have pet Bulbasaurs? Jesus Christ. I can't. I just can't. Fuck that. Sean says, you're such a nice person. So funny. Well, thanks, Sean. I appreciate that. Kaima says, paying respects to my favorite voice actor, Rick May. He was the best. Yeah, we were just talking about him a little bit ago. Yeah, it's always sad when you lose somebody who's, whatever it is, their work, their legacy is something that you followed so closely. The ending of The Mist, John says, was sad as fuck. I don't know what that is. The Mist, an anime? Is it a movie? I'm not sure. I don't know the title.
I think he's talking about the movie.
The movie, The Mist? See, I'm not familiar with that one.
I think it was a horror film.
Was it?
Yeah. It was a fucked ending, yeah.
Wolverine says, Google Larry Lawton. Let's see. I'm positive I don't know who Larry Lawton is. You look a little like, yeah, American author, an ex-convict. Oh, there you go. He was known as America's biggest jewel thief.
He's the one who does YouTube videos.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. He does like escaped convict reviews, like actual heist.
Yeah, we got a little similarity there, no doubt. Let me see. Sean says Krillin dies from Frieza from exploding. Yeah, well, and it seemed like Sean every time. Remember that for a while back, guys. Anytime we would watch like a clip of something, it would always somehow relate back. For a while, I had like 5-6 times in a row where Krillin got obliterated because I always liked Krillin, and it seemed like whenever we'd watch something, it would work its way back around to that. Oh, that one I agree with. Shark Bowl, Robin Williams' death. I was a huge Robin Williams fan. Yeah, completely agree on that one. And especially sad when you know the circumstances around it and that, he had a disease and death was a preferable choice to living with the disease. And that one got me. Wolf says, I don't know why, but I kind of would love to see you play the Mass Effect trilogy. That would be interesting. I don't know much about Mass Effect. I mean, other than by title, I know what it is, but I don't really know any of the details of that game at all. Arthur from King of Queens died yesterday, Plague Doctor said. I watched the show a lot, so that one was a bit tough. King of Queens was one that I've seen like a handful of episodes, and it was really funny. And it was just something that I don't know if it was just never in the right time frame within my day or whatever, where I actually got to sit down and watch extended numbers of episodes of it. But the individual episodes I saw were really funny. Senzubin, Duante says. M says the only celebrity death that actually made me feel something was Michael Jackson and Robin Williams. At least those are the only two off the top of my head. Yeah, for me, the Robin Williams one especially. He was always a hero to me. I loved Robin Williams from the early days of doing stand up on the streets in San Francisco and everything. Wow. It just that one hit me hard. Chrome says could bring up a number of moments land illustrious. Foss reaching the moon only to find her friends are now sand of crystal covering it. Gone forever, breaking down a rampage of pure rage. Wow. I think, Chrome, we talked about Land of the Lustrous before, haven't we? That sounds familiar. I think, and I do remember whatever the conversations were that there was some very significant, hard-hitting emotional moments. Igor says, Arthur Morgan's death in Red Dead Redemption 2. Bro, I had to stop playing for a few hours to compose myself. It's amazing. I think it's cool that our forms of media, whether it is an anime or a video game or whatever, can have that kind of effect on us. I think that's just absolutely the best. Catch up here. Stacy says, Yu Hakusho Hiei flashback with finding out what happened to his mother. Wow, I hadn't thought about Yu recently. Yep. Genkai's death or Makoro's flashback with her father and as a slave was always sad to me. That's a good one. Yeah, Hiei had a really rough backstory in there. I grew to like Hiei's character more and more and more as Yu went on. Because at first I wasn't really sure about how I felt about him. I just thought, he's too much of a brooding little, for lack of a better term, bitch for me, but not the case at all. It was one of the cases where my initial take on a character was nowhere near close to what that take grew to be. Yeah, Hiei was a really, really good character. Brian says, why are you so up to the times? You're 58, know many in 50s who fell technologically, educationally, and culturally are stuck in the 70s or 80s. Brian, unfortunately, I know a lot of those people too. I don't understand that. One of the things that annoys me more than anything is people my age or even a little older, and whatever the case may be, whether it's their cell phone or a tablet or whatever, or even a smart TV. Oh, I can't keep up with that stuff. I don't want any of that. Just listen, cause you're old, don't be a coward, don't be a pussy. It's like, oh, I don't know what to do with that. It takes little effort to move along with the times and take advantage of the things that technology has given us. And so that shit, I'm with you, Brian. I see way too much of that. It drives me nuts. Oh, Spassky was laughing. I didn't know what I was hearing.
No, I was crying.
You were crying?
Yeah.
What happened?
My fucking teammates.
Oh, they suck that bad?
Yes.
Brian says, I cried like a baby when Eddie Guerrero died. His backstory is just one of those unfair things. Yeah, and not only his backstory, Brian, but just what a great guy he was. I've told you guys before, when Eddie he had a suspension from WWE for the substance abuse. He was working the indies, and you could not have found a better, more sharing, just magnanimous, great dude than Eddie Guerrero. Here he was. He went from headlining in WWE to working these independent shows at VFW halls, and you'd think, unfortunately, a number of the guys he'd be kind of bitter about it, and a douchebag, and he was the absolute opposite. He would stay after shows for hours just working with young guys who were coming to him, trying to work their way up in the business, showing them shit, explaining shit to them, telling them what they do right, what they do wrong. Just a good dude. Just a quality human being, Eddie Guerrero was. Morgan says, another one that always makes me cry is the very end of Titanic, where Rose meets Jack in the afterlife. Not so much sad, I guess, just emotional. Yeah, I'll readily admit to that. I'm a softie for Titanic. That emotion, that gets to me. Hey, if we're going to talk about embarrassing admissions, I'll be right up front with you guys. Say, I love freaking Frozen. Frozen 2 was good too, but the first one, I really enjoy. And again, you guys know me and the whole familial thing and sticking up or staying with the people that are important to you. And those two sisters, with Anna over there to protect Elsa and everything. Yeah, that stuff got to me. That was really good. The Tiki says Curtis's protective dad mode would be funny to see as he plays Last of Us. I can see a lot of swearing and rage moments. I played part of it. I haven't finished it yet, Tiki, and you are correct. The paternal instincts come out a lot. Yeah. Any time with that stuff. Anything. Well, you guys know that bad things happen to the kids, stuff like that. Yeah, that gets the paternal juices flowing. Philip says Little Nicky's Hitler laughed so hard I cried. Oh, the Adam Sandler Little Nicky movie? Jeez, I haven't seen that in years, Philip. The voice he put on for Little Nicky was pretty impressive in and of itself. I'll give him that. I don't remember his Hitler from that. I think I saw that whole movie. Yeah, I do remember that coming out. I do remember. I like Adam Sandler. Always did. The Tiki says, I laughed in the theater in Titanic when the guy fell and started spinning when he hit the rudder. People stared at me. It's funny you say that. I can share a similar experience. I hadn't thought of this in years, so you just tweaked this memory, Tiki. I went to see the movie The Shining when it first came out with Jack Nicholson. Oh gosh, I'm trying to. Geez, what year did that come out? How long ago has that been? Before I tell you this, I'm just curious. I don't even remember because I'm about to tell you the story, and the details I'm going to give you in the story make me believe that this came out 1980. It was 40 years ago. Holy crap. My God, it doesn't seem like that long ago. But anyway, I went to see The Shining, went in the theaters, and I went with this girl. It was like a first or second date. We just started seeing each other. And there's we were sitting on the end of our aisle. It was really crowded in the theater. I still remember we went up. I live in California. We went up to Sacramento to see it. There's a nice theater up there. And then right across in the other aisle from me was the studio. He was older than me at the time. I mean, he's probably mid-20s, maybe early 30s. Him and his wife, black guy. And for some reason, you ever just made a connection with a stranger and the two of you can't stop laughing? Now, this is a scary movie. It's my all-time favorite horror movie. It was a great movie. But we would notice little things within the terror that were making us laugh, and it got to where it was. Now his wife's like punching him and telling him to shut up, and she's giving me the evil eye. And this girl I was going out with, I don't even remember her name. She's just like, because I wasn't acting appropriately. But there was one specific scene where Jack's wife, I can't remember her name. Gosh, what was that actress's name? She played Olive Oil in the Popeye movies. It was perfect casting because she was so skinny and tall. But anyway, where he's stalking her up the stairs, and she's got a baseball bat, and she's going, no, like that. And it got really quiet, and everybody was all tense in the theater. and this guy, it was this guy's fault too, because he kept pushing me. When you got somebody there prompting you, it makes it worse. So she's going, and finally I couldn't take it anymore. I said, God damn it, don't bunt, bitch, swing. and the guy next to me, he like almost beat himself. He's laughing and he's putting his head down behind the seat in front of him to try not to look at me so he won't laugh more, because his wife's all pissed off. His wife's mad. This girl with me is mad. The other theater goers are looking at us, and it was like, yeah, this is a good day. And it turned out to be my favorite horror movie of all time. But for some reason, in that theater, in that tense moment, that's all I could think of was, it's like, what the fuck? Swing it, you stupid twat. And it still makes me laugh to this day. Vegeta's sacrifice made me bawl my eyes out. Completely agree with you, Ree. That was a great one. That was a great one. Barry says next post. Okay. Oh, thank you, Chrome. Chrome says, okay, so it has to be stated again then. LOL, do not bring up anything that's happened in One Piece or Bleach that Curtis hasn't seen yet. Should be common sense. You'll be kicked for doing it. Yeah, please don't, guys, because that's in, and I'll reiterate that for the mods that are here. That's the one thing we have. We're very anything goes in these streams. We don't care what you say to, unless you're aggressively attacking someone else. You can say pretty much anything you want. You can have any opinion you want. You can talk about anything you want, but spoilers will get you immediately banned. It's not like, okay, we're gonna time out and see if you do it again. You just get, it's not banned. What's the word we use? Hidden, whatever it is, whatever terminology they use, you will be gone for spoilers. It's zero tolerance. It's one and done. Barry says, I'm talking to a girl in the DMs about sucking on her nipples, but she's from Michigan. So she mentioned she's got a cousin here in Philadelphia, but she forgot to mention the cousin is a dude. Help me. Well, nipples are nipples, Barry's. I don't know what we're hitting, but hit it extra hard, Lick says. Oh, that scene in that movie just, and it was so funny. If you guys could have seen the reaction of the other theater goers. John says, the mist is the movie at the end. To put it short, this guy has to kill his family to release them from the horrors of the outside world. When he is finished, rescue comes, and then the movie ends. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember anything about the mist. Usually, even if I don't see a movie, I remember, the trailer and when they came out and stuff.
It wasn't bad.
Brack said he liked it. I don't know why that one just completely missed me. We must not forget the Ultimate Fighter too. Bruce Lee. Always remember. Oh, Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was Bruce Lee. I mean, holy shit, he was the best. Plague Doctor says, I was going to make a joke how the last episode was about my wife leaving me, but I don't want to get kicked out. Kicked LOL of this channel too much. Oh, Aaron, you're right. Yep. Aaron said, put in quotes, and now you guys, I recognize it right away. This gets to me deeply. Want to have a catch? You guys know where that's from, right? I'll leave it to you. That one hits me hard. Good call, Aaron. Real good call. That crushes me. Tim says, I don't know if this was brought up before I got in, but I haven't teared up at a movie in years until I saw Endgame in theaters. That ending got to me. We're talking about Tim. That's Braxton's bugaboo right there. Well, he's a big Iron Man fan, always was, but that got to me too. And the way they set it up was perfect. I mean, and Robert Downey Jr., he just killed that role. But that whole I am Iron Man, yeah, come on, that was a great moment. What a great way to tie that all up. Yes, Field of Dreams, Joe. Field of Dreams. When his dad's about to walk off and Kevin Costner says, hey, Dad, want to have a catch? It's like, yeah. And then they do that long pullback shot where you can see all the cars stretched out for miles pulling into the yard. Oh, man. That does it. That kicks me right in the stones. Michael says, I have nightmares of the Kool-Aid Man attacking me. The only reason that makes me laugh is I completely get that. The Kool-Aid Man or the goddamn Burger King. Those two fucking spokespeople are some psycho-looking bastards right there. Fuck those two guys. Yeah, I get that completely. Completely understand that one. For me, the deaths that made me cry would be the death of Brian and Family Guy. Yeah, remember that, Alex? Yeah. And the death of Kate McCreary in Grand Theft Auto 4. That one I don't know of. But yeah, Brian and Family Guy, that came out of left field. Of course, we all know what eventually happened. But yeah, that was a tough moment. John says your tattoo could be the famous image of Goku and Vegeta fist pumping. That's a great image. I know exactly what you're talking about as they're walking away there. Yeah. I don't know though, John. You know what I'm thinking, and I'm not sold on it, but I like the idea of something. At least this is my early thoughts. I might change my mind on it, but something less specific to a character. Rather than having a character represented. That's why I say my initial thought was the swing from Naruto. Hmm. What while we're on here, I mean, I know it's going off topic, but and I don't even know when I'm going to do this or if I will. I'd like to though. We were talking about I'm going to get one more tattoo, and I'd like to have something that commemorates my love of anime. And that my initial thought was to get the swing from Naruto. If you guys can think of anything else, let me know. Other than just characters. Characters, I know. I mean, like even like you said, the fist bump is a great moment, and I'm not saying I wouldn't do something like that. I'm just trying to think if there's something I could do that doesn't actually involve a specific character. Gigamax says never cried in any type of media yet, but Inuyashiki almost did it until my mom came in and asked my little cousin would like blocks for a present. It's funny though, Gigamax. Don't you hate that though when you get to a really poignant, heavily emotional point of a movie or an anime or whatever you're watching, and somebody comes in with something completely unrelated and just kills the mood. Brian says Donzo's death made me tear up. Protect the leaf. See, I never liked Donzo, but his death was well done too. It really well. Most things in Naruto, I have to say, were really well done. Maybe anime or a word using fonts from famous anime you've seen. Jack says something that well, not necessarily that represents all anime, just that is. I don't know how to say it, Jack. A more obtuse reference, like Naruto's swing. I mean, I love that image of Goku and Vegeta fist bumping, and it would be a contender to be something I would get tattooed. But everybody knows who Goku and Vegeta are. I like the idea of it's like, it's fun to see who the real anime fans are and who would actually recognize the swing from Naruto as the swing from Naruto. I don't know. I just kind of like that, it being a little more sublime. Gigamax, that's a good one. Get the straw hat. No spoilers. This is just a hypothesis from me, but I think the symbol of the straw hat will be significant. Oh, I would think so. Gigamax. The straw hats, that's not a bad idea either. I like that. Yeah, not the flag, just the straw hat. Wait, we're putting something cool together here. Okay, what if I had? Okay, let's piece this together. Oh, I don't even know if I got one on each arm. That's where I got them. I can put on my head. I can put on my chest. I can do a forearm though, huh? Anyway, okay. What if we had the Naruto swing with Luffy's straw hat cocked up into the branch of the tree? Yeah, you guys are getting me there. Let's see. Lude says, wouldn't something that represents anime in general be best? If you want to represent your love for anime, I don't know about it being something that represents just one anime in general. It depends. It would have to be something that represents anime in general and that I also wanted to have on my body for the rest of my life. I'm not saying no to anything, just whatever strikes me. And that swing, it just struck me as a really cool representation of not only Naruto but anime. But I like the straw hat too. Butter says, Curtis, you need a tattoo of big anime titties. Oh, now I want to bring something up to you guys really quick, and I will watch for more suggestions. One of our very regulars here came to me asking about the potential for another mod position. Now, typically what we do for mods when we needed them, M was our last added mod. I would just come to a stream, especially a well-populated stream like we have today, and just ask everybody, okay, who should we make a mod? And M just was like, everybody went M. Now I want M&Ms. And she became a mod. Now, Jack Queen with some of the others over at the I can think of the name of what that thing is at the Discord, have a section like a self-help section where people can come in and get a sympathetic ear to talk about their issues and problems and stuff like that. And so he was asking if I thought it would be cool that he could be modded here, just so people know that he's an active, regular member of the channel, gives a little more credence to him being a big part of what goes on out there. Now, the truth is, as you guys can see, if you look at the chat right now, you can see all the blue. We have plenty of mods to cover what we're doing right now, especially since we're out of the grips of Naruto, where everybody was trying to spoil. So again, we leave this up as a community. Do you guys want another mod added? Do you think that's too cumbersome having too many mods in here? Or it's like, no, that's cool. Just put another one on. I told Jack this is what I would do. I'd ask you guys here to stream. Fortunately, today we've got a well-populated stream. What do you guys think on another mod? Yes or no? Downlord Badland says Naruto OP3 is called Bluebird. Is one of my favorite openings. The OP features a cool little bluebird that might be a cool tattoo. I'll have to look at that now, Downlord. I had to have seen it because I watched as I finished the segments. I watched all the Naruto openings. Why don't I remember that at all? Okay, hold on. Let me look at that real quick, and then I'll catch up to see what everybody's saying about mods. I just can't place that. That I put in the wrong thing there. Bluebird. God damn it. Naruto opening. Oh, okay. Yes, I see what you're talking about. I do remember that now that I see the picture of it. Oh, okay. Hold on. I gotta turn off the audio. Yes, I'm watching the intro again. It's been a while. That's kind of a neat idea. Yeah, that's along the lines of something I was talking about. Something that you would really have to be an anime fan to even know what that is. That's a pretty good one, Lord. I'll have to look for that. BG says we do have a lot of mods, but that would be a good idea. Shirokage says I saw massive boobs where. Oh, trust me, Shirokage. If there are massive boobs, we will out them. Now let me see. Lex says, "God damn it!" and then it dropped down on me. Always. We do need one more. Wolverine says sure to another. Yes. Sometimes not all mods can show up. Lex says, yeah, I get that. Typically, the mods are here usually important. And again, I don't have a problem with making Jack a mod at all. Don't get me wrong. I just wanted to say, because sometimes people, I know they'll come into a stream and they'll see too many mods. It's like, their immediate impression is, oh shit, if I say anything out of line, I'm going to get kicked out of here because why would they have all these that type of thing. That's the only reason I was concerned. But I don't have a problem adding another mod. I want to know what you guys thought of it. Would not hurt to have another mod. Give it to him. He's got to respect all the more frequent visitors to the streams, including me. Okay, let's see. I think that's, yeah. I don't even see any no's in here. Okay. Wow, that was difficult. Even I could handle that. Adding a moderator, one click. even I was able to do it successfully. It Stan says, get some stars tattooed on your nuts and call them Dragon Balls. If I do that one though, then I can't go to my nephew for the tattoo because that's a little too Alabama-ish for me. It's gonna have to be somebody not in the bloodlines. And Lude says wouldn't hurt have another mod, definitely. Okay, so we're all set there then. Oddboy says, I fucking hate Stuart Little. I know what you're thinking. This is some kind of funny joke, but no, Stuart Little is a piece of shit. A damn rat got picked over actual children. I didn't like that movie, Oddboy, to be honest with you. So I never had the vitriol towards Stuart Little that you do, but I completely understand it. No, I was not a fan. I didn't care for Stuart Little. Jack for mod, punch backs for me when you can. Okay. Oh, Grady says. Oh, and he's right in the middle of a game too. That's I always forget the name of the game. The new shooter he's been playing. Valorant. I gotta say, it looks pretty fun when I watch over his shoulder playing it. Leslie says I was sad when Japanese voice actor Obama Hiromi Tsuru passed away. Yeah, I remember that. Again, it is. It's. Do you guys agree? It seems like maybe I could clearly have a bias because I'm an anime fan, but doesn't it seem like in the anime fandom that anime really, really, I mean, grabbed you by the emotions as far as it seems like as anime fans, we have stronger connections to like the voice actors and the production and everything surrounding the anime than we do other forms of entertainment, if that makes any sense. Put it, in other words, I've been a cartoon fan my whole life. And of all the cartoons I've watched and still watch, I don't ever remember thinking of them deeper than what's portrayed on the screen. But in anime, you do. In anime, you hear a great voice and you're like, oh, I want to get to know a little bit more about that voice actor. And then you read up on it. Or you guys in the comment section will give me tips on it and say, hey, that so-and-so's voice actor was also this voice and that voice. I don't know if I'm explaining that well, but it does seem to be like it's a more all-encompassing thing being an anime fan. Igor says one of the most impactful deaths was Benoit's. Sure, it was more than Eddie's because of the consequences for afterwards and how it changed the wrestling industry. Besides, Eddie's was sad, Chris's was sick. I agree with all that, Igor. Yeah, and again, from personal experience, I can tell you, Eddie Guerrero was just a really good dude, just a great guy. Such a giving guy, and I don't see how you could ever find anybody that loved the wrestling business more than Eddie Guerrero. Sean says, do a tattoo of Super Saiyan Majin Vegeta on your back. I gotta say, Sean, I'm thinking more of something a little more subtle than an actual character. I like where we're going with the idea of the swing from Naruto, and maybe Luffy's straw hat up in the branch of the tree. That'd be kind of cool. Barry says 3 gooshes for Jack Queen. Goosh goosh hooray, goosh goosh hooray, goosh goosh hooray. Not too many people say hooray after being gooshed either. Well, unless they're part of our crew. We understand the finer points of being gooshed. The rest of the world, normies. The saddest moment in entertainment history has to be when Randy Savage called us pukesters. Kevin says. I thought about that. It's Stan. He says, get some big Asian titties tattooed on your body. Chrome says, having a tattoo of a swing sounds kind of gay, honestly. It's like you're trying to let people know you swing both ways. Oh, well, sorry. No, I wouldn't care about that, though, Chrome. Me and my concern about people's impressions is nil. So if somebody sees it represented as something else, yeah, I don't care. But it would have to be, like I said, it couldn't be just a swing. It would have to be that iconic swing with that surrounding and everything, just because that always struck me how, just the sadness of how Naruto grew up, being the outcast and everything. Brian says, I disagree. Film fans know more actors and directors from movies rather than weebs' knowledge of animators and voice actors in anime. Yeah, but I think when you go away from animation, you're reducing a step. What I was talking about was how in anime, and maybe I didn't explain it well, people take that extra step of what they see on the screen and want to learn more about these people that they would otherwise never see. Actors, obviously, the actor is right there in front of you. The actor is who you're reacting to, and is who their face, their acting, their being is what is giving you the enjoyment. So that would naturally be a connection. But for me with cartoons, I'd never watched them any deeper than just what happened on the screen. With anime, it seems like you want to get to know the whole family that created that as well. Obviously, I think actors in excuse me, guys, in live action stuff are going to have a more natural connection because it's their face right in front of us. Mike Wheeler says, saddest moment was when 4Kids had rights to DBZ Kai. Of course, Mike, you could have completed that with Saddest moment was when 4Kids had rights to, and then just put a blank there and fill it in with anything they got rights to. That was the saddest moment. Paul Walker dying, that was sad. Yeah, Jose, that was a sad moment. I'm not a big fan of the series of the Fast and Furious series, but yeah, Paul Walker seemed like a good dude, was a good actor. Yeah, that was sad. Stacy said, wouldn't you having to be a true fan to recognize the word goose from Tokyo Tribe? Yeah, you would. I could put the word. I actually, there's something to be said for that just tattooing the words goosh goosh on my body somewhere would be as apropos as it could be. That it's funny when I think back to that moment when we're able to, we're still able to do the old reaction video streams, and you guys showed me that clip from Tokyo Tribe, and what had happened was that day there were some, we always have our regulars here, and there's always people that stop by, haven't first time or haven't been here much. Excuse me, and whoever showed it to me was not someone who'd been here the first time. It got mentioned several times, had not been here an awful lot. So they were thinking, okay, let's show them this and it'll gross them out, because if you have any normal sensibilities, that would gross you out. And when I saw it, I just remember thinking, that's the funniest goddamn thing I think I've ever seen in my life. And just the way they animated everything, that big ass ugly head and the lakes of white and everything. And then the reaction shots of the other guys, and that started it all. From then on, it was like Goosh took over as far as I was concerned. In anything we do community wise, it's like, yes, we are the Gooshers. That was a great moment for me. Downlord says, "Nah, man, the saddest moment in entertainment is when Luffy's boat, the Going Merry, died. Made me cry. I cried for a fucking boat." I was saying that, Downlord, too, when watching it. I couldn't believe, and still can't believe, what kind of powerful quality writing you have to elicit that kind of emotional response from a boat. And it did. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I mean, that really got to me. Yeah, I could not agree more. I mean, that is some really, really significantly good writing, because that's something that, trying to draw emotion out of someone for something, an inanimate object, well, technically inanimate object like a boat, is a risk, because if it doesn't work, you're going to get laughed at, not laughed with. And it just, for me, worked on every level. Treppa says, something sad for me was when Sasuke told Naruto that he was his best friend. Imagine finally getting that recognition, then the reality of having to fight your best friend right away. That's rough. Yeah, that's a good one. I agree with that, Treppa. That was a hard-hitting moment. Yeah, yep, I agree. John says, to build upon the swing and hat thing, maybe in the sky could be Goku flying. You wouldn't actually see him, just the key surrounding him, so you know what I mean. Yeah, I know what you're talking about with with the vision of what he looks like from a distance with the key. Yeah, I don't know. That's getting there. I think we're putting it together. If I get an anime tattoo, I'd want to get the brand from Berserk. Oh, that's a cool one, Shirokage. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, and I also like, too, I always thought, because the story behind it was so good, the story behind Nami's tattoo in One Piece is fantastic as well. That tattoo is really, that's a well done story that led to that. Cesaro says, Sticky, you heard that Mike Tyson is planning to fight 4 times for charity. Those poor souls. I hadn't heard a number. I knew he was training to come back and do some charity fights. And just seeing his training videos, and you always have the naysayers out there going, well, training video doesn't mean anything because, nobody's punching back and it's not like actually being in there with someone. Well, let me tell you something. As somebody who has been in the ring a number of times and competed in that sport, yeah, it does mean something. Because what that tells you is, for whatever reason, at 53, he's still got exceptionally fast hands and he's hitting like a ton of shit. So to say that it means nothing is absolute bullshit. Does it mean he's an automatic winner? No, of course not. Does it mean he's a force to be reckoned with? You bet your ass. You can tell from watching those training videos that if you're gonna fight this guy, you better get in there and get real fucking serious in a hurry. Because the one thing every puncher like that has is the chance to knock your dumb ass out before you even know what happened to you. Let's see. If I got a tattoo, I would get the Swordfish 2 spike ship for my love of Bebop. That's cool. That would be a cool one. Smash Chair's bitch ass still out in the dumpster? No, Barry's, they just took it away. My chair just broke and I need a new one. Maybe I can adopt him and beat him down some more of my fat ass, Barry says. No, they just they were supposed to pick up the dumper. That must be Freudian. I must be about to head to Pornhub. They just picked up the dumpster yesterday. They were supposed to pick it up last week. They finally came and got it. So Spaz Chair is officially donezo, gone. I've only seen pieces of One Piece by 4Kids. Oh, Tim, it's a scary thing. Don't go too deep into it. It may scar you. That's all. You may not recover. I'm just putting it out there. There should be red flashing lights and a warning at the beginning of every 4Kids episode of anything, saying that if you're a fan of this series, be forewarned that this might make you bite off your tongue watching what you're about to see. Milog says your tattoo could be of a tree full of anime stuff like Gon's fishing rod. That's a good one. A dragon radar, Luffy's hat, Ichigo's sword, Edward Elric's arm. That would be interesting. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Milog. Yeah, and incorporate it all into the tree and have the swing hanging off the branch of the tree. I have to think about that. That would be cool. All, like you say, all things that aren't necessarily character faces. Gon's fishing rod's a great idea. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. It's Dan says, if you could take a hook from these fighters in their prime, who would it be? Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali? Oh, well, I think if you had to survive one punch, you got to take it from Ali. You have to remember Ali was a brilliant boxer, and as a brilliant boxer, he could hit, but he didn't. And I'm sure if Ali were still around, he would be glad to tell you himself he didn't hit like Tyson did. And Ali's biggest weapon was his jab, not his hook, and not even necessarily because the jab in itself was debilitating. No jab is really all that debilitating in itself. It's just it was so fast and it was sharp enough that the thing is, when he was sticking that jab, there wasn't much you could do to get away from it. And the fact that it's not a knockout punch doesn't detract from the fact that when you get hit with it 100 fucking times, it starts to hurt. So yeah, you'd have to take the left hook from Ali, not from Mike Tyson. But that's an entirely different thing than saying, who do you, if you had to fight a match against, who would you rather fight? Now then it gets a little stickier. Jack Queen says, 1, thank you. Oh, no problem. And 2, Michael Tannick's birthday. Oh, it's Michael Tannick's birthday. Hey, happy birthday, Michael. I'm sorry, we do have a good number of people in here today. I didn't see you scroll by yet. Happy birthday. Plague Doctor says, I'm a metal fan, and there was a big story of black metal in Norway about the band Mayhem. They were trying to create a name for themselves. You should really look up the story for context. Oh God, I can't even imagine if it's black metal and they were trying to create a name for themselves. I can only imagine to what lengths that they would have gone for that. Oh, he did just come in. Chrome said, okay. I was gonna say, because I thought I would have seen him by now. Oh, that's so wrong. Goku Black says Orochimaru is good with children. That's twisted. I like that. Do you really? Black Mamba says, I have a tattoo of Freezer blowing up Planet Vegeta. Do you? That's a cool one. That's pretty badass. I like that. Poppy says, I completed my nursing unit. Oh, congratulations, Poppy. Good for you. John says, okay, Curtis, gotta go. I dropped rat poison on the floor. My dog is allergic to dying. Good allergy to have. Quality allergy. Thanks for being in, John. That was good. Yo, Assassination Classroom. I loved it. 7 cents. Yeah. Assassination Classroom was so good. Koro Sensei. What a great character Koro Sensei was. Another anime with a great ending. They didn't punk out, and it was sad. Maybe more bittersweet than sad, but they didn't punk out with the ending at all. That was a great series. Normal dude, is that Shirokage says, is that tattoo Michael Jackson? Another person, no, or Ochimaru? Yeah, but easy mistake to make. You're right, Shirokage. Jesus Christ, Plague Doctor says they were burning churches, killing people, and the band ended with a crazy member of the band killing one who tried to leave. Before that, their first singer blew his brains out and they used pieces. Oh, I can't even imagine what they used pieces for. Jesus Christ, to make necklaces. Yeah, that's a little too edgy, I'm gonna say. I don't want to say it laughed as hard as it did. Raxus says, "You guys know that feeling when you eat too much fast food and start smelling burnt popcorn?" Jesus Christ! Oh, you guys. Nicholas says, "Did you watch Pawn Stars?" Oh yeah, I've watched lots of Pawn Stars. Well, how could I not? You know, Rick Harrison is my doppelganger and everything. I've always said we're very similar until you get to the bank accounts, and then we just go in entirely different directions. Tim says the reason I've only seen pieces was because 4Kids killed most of my interest in One Piece until recently. Same with their dub of Card Captor Sakura. Oh, I wasn't even aware about their dub of Card Captor Sakura, and I like that. Chrome got us started on Card Captor Sakura over at the Goose. That's really cute, really cute show. As I had been telling Chrome, that would be a fun one if I had more time to spend with her to try and get my granddaughter interested in anime because I think she would really like that. I like it. I think it's a cute story. The characters are cute as hell. Sakura herself is adorable. Her relationship with her brother and her brother's friend, all that stuff is just it's so cute and the concept is cool. It's a great beginner anime, with the having to go out and recapture all the cards and everything. I like that a lot. Hi, Kylie says, hi, my love. Oh, my. Yeah, Blake Doctor says you just walk in and say it's your pawn shop. Chrome says, oh, God, the Card Captor dub. They cut the episode total in half and tried to make a guy who shows up later the main character through editing. They redubbed it much. Well, 4Kids, I can't believe 4Kids was not all along just trolling the anime community. Because you couldn't have, it doesn't seem like you could have honestly been trying to make something quality and failed at it that miserably. Morgan says, we want Naruto to have a cool catchphrase. Rick Harrison, best I can do is believe it. And apparently they had to take the offer because Rick Harrison's a master negotiator. It was funny. Believe it was so kind of silly and ridiculous to me. It never got old. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like I was a big fan of Believe It. What I'm saying is, I know it annoyed a lot of people, and I'm somebody with a very low tolerance for annoyance in some cases. But for some reason, that one didn't bother me that much. Maybe because it was so dopey that all the times he said "believe it," there wasn't once where it's like, "Oh, all right, kid, I'm going to punch you in the fucking head now." Oh, excuse me. Although it was a really dumb catchphrase, yes. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna have to head out. I got again. I've still got to finish some editing up for today, and that first episode of Full Metal Alchemist will go up at the Goosh later today. So I got to get that done editing. Spaskin shares photobombing your stream. I saw that, Loki. When I use YouTube's own supplies here, their version to do the live streams like I am today, I actually have a wider field of view, so I see more of it. So yeah, I see more often now. If I see Spaz Kid checking in on us, I actually see him now. I'll just have no. But well, thank you, PS3 gamer. But thank you guys for hanging in with me. This was, as they always are, this was another really fun stream. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I'll make that video at sometime really soon, the one that inspired this, where I was going to tell you about something that struck me as sad, and it was unusual that it struck me that sad. Oh, Creeper Bell, I'm sorry. He said it just came. Well, a lot of times too, Creeper Bell, I don't know if you got a notification app, but sometimes Susan likes to send them out an hour after they start, 2 hours, 4 hours, and sometimes the next day after a stream starts. So, but thank you guys for being in with me. And we've got some, this is some extra depressing sticky stuff today. Now, granted, you could make the case that the sticky stuff that I that I emit is always somewhat depressing. But today, just because we're talking about sadness, I thought I'd add a little extra, just a little extra flavor of melancholy into the sticky stuff today. So gather around for some melancholy sticky stuff. Pumfu pumfu, sticky stuff, sticky stuff, sticky stuff, melancholy sticky stuff, because I like the word melancholy. I've mentioned that. Sticky stuff for everybody, because we'll bang, okay? Flashly like Buggy, and Buggy's back. But most importantly, whether you're happy, sad, indifferent, at all times, the most important thing is goosh, 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 goosh. Goosh.